Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Vedo nityamadhiyatam tadudidam karma swanushtiyatam teneshasya vidhiyatam apachiti kamye matistyajyatam papaugha paridhuyatam bhavasukhe दोषोऽनुसन्धीयताम् आत्मेच्छाव्यवसीयताम् निजगृहात् तूर्णं विनिर्गम्यताम्. We saw the first part of the first verse yesterday, and now papaugha paridhuyatam. Turn your, before it was told apachiti Tene shasya vidhiyatam apachiti kamya matistyajyatam, which meant that dedicate all your actions, duties towards the God. Don't become the doer. Offer it to Him. He is the ultimate doer. Why we have to come in between? Get out of the way. And then to help that to happen, what do? Apachiti kamya matistyajyatam. That means turn your mind away from desires, meaning do not live a desire-oriented life. And I explained to you in detail how the desires are formed, how they etch into our mind, how we can replace. You cannot replace any of your memories. Then what do? You create deeper memories, and that is the deepest memory you can create is that of the Lord Himself, provided we love Him intensely. Then that memory gets entrenched, and then automatically our mind starts going in that channel. Then as a result of that, what will happen? Papaugha paridhuyatam. Paridhuyatam, dho dalo. धोने का क्या मतलब है? सारे पापों को धो डालो. Wash away your sins. Wash away your the inner equipment completely. Papaugha, papa means the sin. What is sin? Different people have different understanding of sin, but very simply put, any thought that takes you away from the divine is sin. Simple. Forget about anything else. Just any thought that keeps you or takes you away from the Lord is a sin. So all this, if you keep offering everything to the Lord and do not live a desire-oriented life, automatically papaugha paridhuyatam, automatically without you knowing, your sins will be washed away. See, all the thoughts of the day, how do they get washed away every day? When the sleep comes, you want to go into the embrace of the sleep, and all the thoughts of the day by themselves empty away from your mind, isn't it? Exactly the same way. Our love for the Lord has to be so intense, so consuming, so wholesome, that we don't see ourselves as separate to Him. We want to melt into Him, merge into Him. And when that happens, automatically all the sins, all the thoughts, what are the thoughts which take you away from the Lord? All the thoughts of the world. But when it is the thought of the Lord, automatically all thoughts of the world drop away from the mind by themselves. You don't have to try. Just like when you think of sleep, all the thoughts drop away from the mind. Yes, exactly the same way. Papaugha paridhuyatam bhavasukhe doshonusandhiyatam. Bhavasukhe. Bhavasukhe means what? that if you want the bhava is bhava sagar. So bhava sagar क्या हो गया? Samsar. Samsar is for whom? For the ego, for the individual. So here it is saying, stop trying to be happy by the bhava sukha. Don't run after the objects of the world, experiences of the world to be happy. So bhava sukhe dosho nusandhiyatam. Bhava sukhe dosho. Find the fault with the joys of the worldly experiences. What is the worldly experience? क्रोसों खा लो, टोस्ट खा लो, बर्गर खा लो, फिर पिज्ज़ा भी खा लो, फिर उसके बाद डिनर भी कर लो.
स्वामी जी स्पा में सब
हाँ, स्पा में, हाँ बिल्कुल, स्पा में, बिल्कुल. हाँ, तो गेट अवे फ्रॉम, बट सी एक चीज सोचो क्या कि everything that we do, there is no desire here. If someone triggers it, then I work towards it. But if I personally, no desire. कल से लगा हुआ पीछे, स्वामी जी स्पा जाना है, स्वामी जी स्पा जाना है, स्वामी जी स्पा जाना है. तो आज हो गया. अब मैंने कहा मैं अकेला क्यों सफर करूं? I said everyone come tomorrow or this evening. Together we will enjoy it. And when we all go in, everyone else will go out. Because अरे ये क्या सब हिंदी में बात कर रहे हैं? हम अपना हनुमान चालीसा शुरू कर देंगे, सब भाग जाएंगे. हाँ तो हाँ we'll see. We can do it, पर आप चढ़ोगे कैसे?
नहीं मैंने
Shanta can come. And you can just wear shorts and t-shirt and you can come.
She got a dress.
हाँ, भव सुखे दोषो अनुसंधीयताम. Recognize the limitations of the worldly pleasures. That what enjoyable dinner I had yesterday, today it came out as toilet. And again I'll go after more food. आज ये डिश है, आज वो डिश है, आज कोफ्ता है, आज दिस है. उसके बाद क्या करना है? फिर टॉयलेट में निकलेगा सब कुछ. भर भर के निकलता है. But that is the truth of the worldly life. Nothing is permanent. Everything is temporary. So do not run after the pleasures of the world. Bhava sukhe. Sansar means variety. Variety means it is only for the ego, and ego can never be satisfied with any pleasure. He wants more and more and more and more and more. And what is the truth? You are of the nature of bliss. You are of the nature of happiness. And what are we doing? Running after something, isn't it? So just like looking at the ocean outside from the window here, Bhava Sukha will be what? Enjoying the waves of the ocean. But is only the waves equal to ocean? No. The ocean is at least 7-8 kilometers deep here. And once you get into the water, deeper into the water, total silence. There's no going up and down with the waves. You're with yourself. Samadhi, simple. See? So when we are only on the surface, then there is ups and downs, there is joys and sorrows, there is hunger and thirst, there is heat and cold, there is praise and insult. There's just you just get buffeted by the waves of the variety, which is called as samsara. So don't get affected. So what does it mean? So we keep sleeping or what? No. Live fully. Live fully. 110% you live. But what was told before? What was it? Teneshasya vidhiyatam. Offer everything to the Lord. Because whatever is happening in your life, you think you are doing, you think you are desiring, even desire. You say it is your wish. If it is meant to happen, it will happen. If it is not meant to happen, it's your problem, not mine. And when it happens, whatever the result, offer it to Him. If it doesn't happen, offer it to Him. You get out of the way. But this is a big lesson for all of us. If you want true happiness to take you over, then this lesson is a must. फिर मस्ती आती है उसके बाद. Because you become fearless, you become desireless, but that does not mean that you stop living life. You live life without expectations. You live life without regrets. Then how you are living life? You are living life allowing Him to function through this equipment. See. Bhavasukhe doshonusandhiyata atmecha vyavasiyatam. Then what you should do, if you are not running after if the world is only temporary, it can give you only temporary happiness, then what do? Atmecha vyavasiyatam. Vyavasay ka kya bolte hain? Job. Then what should be our job? Our job should be to desire the self or desire the Lord. Atmecha vyavasiyatam. Try to search for, work towards. Vyavasiyatam, work towards, contemplate towards. What? Towards desiring the Atma Ichha. Atma Ichha is equal to Atma Ichha. Ichha for what? Instead of desiring the world, you desire the Atma or the Lord. Atma Ichha vyavasiyatam. Work towards that. Nija Gruhat, where do you do it? In the house. Don't go anywhere in the forest, in the jungle, in the caves, in the temples, in the ashrams. What will you do? You will start a mission. You will start an organization. You will start something. You will start becoming important. I am a teacher, I am this, I am that. Like yesterday, some lady was there, Guju lady, Gujarati lady. She was sitting with Raj and he said, Swami, this is our Swamiji. Swamiji? Pant, t-shirt. Swamiji. I said, yeah. नहीं हाँ दाढ़ी वाड़ी तो दिख रही है लेकिन कपड़े तो नहीं है. She's talking like that. I said, yeah, ऐसे ही होता है. So they have a particular idea, you see.
They
But
got an image.
they created an image of a Swami. So Osho, he could wear anything. Sadguru, he can wear anything. So many Mahatmas are in India and other places of the world who are just normal. They don't have to wear a particular dress code. But we belong to a particular sampradaya, so we wear that. And we are trying to break that, to come out of that also, because it was helpful to come to where we have come in our life, but now that barrier also has to be broken. So I keep trying it. Going around in shorts.
Sadhu in shorts.
So, Nija Gruhat. So either one way you look at work towards the desire to know the self, and for that what do? Stop. Nija Gruhat Turnam Vinirgamyatam. Vinirgamyatam is to go away. But go away from where? Nija Gruhat. So here in a different way, here it is saying that go away from your home. Meaning what? It's not that leave home and children and wife and husband and go away. No, what do? Stop living only for them. Stop living. What was the desire? Desire the Atma. But what are we living as? Desire the food. Forget about wife and husband also. Only food. So stop living only my family, my children, my grandchildren, my bacha, my memories, I want to see my video. Many houses I go, Swamiji, I want to show you what? Or if my son, who just got married, I'll show you when he used to look, how he used to look when he was small. And video. अरे यार मेरा दिमाग खराब है, मैं इतना पुराना, वो अभी 30 साल का है, शादी कर रहा है, और उसको मैं बचपन का फोटो देखूंगा मैं, मेरे को क्या करना है? But for them that is kautuk, that is, it is so important because they are lost in those memories. What is the memory that we must be lost in? Atmecha vyavasiyatam. That should be our memory. If we are trying to etch a deeper trench in our mind, you have to be alert. Live with everyone, but do not allow anyone to enter into your mind. Then what is only remaining in the mind? Atmecha. Bhagavad Ichha, only desire for the Lord or the self. Then it is helpful. Nija Gruhat Turnam Nirgamyatam. Quickly escape meaning get away from the home, meaning stop allowing the thoughts of the home to trouble you all the time. That is important while living in the home. With that, we come to the second verse. Second verse says, Sangha satsu vidhiyatam bhagavato bhakti drudhadhiyatam shantyadi parichiyatam drudataram karmashu santajyatam sadvidvanupasrupyatam pratidinam tatpaduka sevyatam brahmaikaksharamardhyatam shrutishiro vakyam samakarnyatam. So just to chant itself is so beautiful, no? Beautiful tune. Sangam satsu vidhiyatam. Then while not having too many thoughts of the family, of home and everything else in the world, continuously thinking of the self, desiring the self, while that is happening, suppose you have just begun, then what do? Sangam satsu vidhiyatam. Seek out the company of wise people. Seek out the company of good people. Seek out the company of bhakta. So that the vibrations match, the energy matches. They are also seekers of the truth. They are also indulging only in remembering the divine. You are a beginner. Never feel that you have already reached. Always be a beginner. So always be a beginner. Forget about humble. Beginner only. So even if you are 40, 50 years of sadhana, then if someone says, "Arey, aapne to bahut," no, I am just a beginner. Always consider yourself a beginner. Then you will work towards. But the day you decide that you have reached somewhere, your sadhana will stop. Your intense desire to know the truth, that will start watering down. That desire will become shallow. So, Sangam Satsu Vidhiyatam. Seek Sangam, company, Satsu of the wise people, Vidhiyatam, seek out. Seek out the company. Bhagavataha Bhaktir Drudhadhiyata. And in their company, what happens? We cultivate deep devotion to the thought, to the God, isn't it? So when we are in a satsang, when we are listening to Mahatma, we are in the presence of a Mahatma. When we go to, for example, when we go to various Tirtha Kshetras together, so what happens? When you watch other Mahatmas, you see their madness, you see their samarpan, means their surrender towards the Lord, or you see their clarity of the mind, you see their patience, you see their forbearance, whatever life has thrown at them, but they are undisturbed. You look at them and you say, my God, if they can do it, this is something that I want to cultivate in my life. Like for example, many years ago, I'm talking about 93, 94, and I went to a satsang in Melbourne. I was doing my sadhana, and one Swami from India had come, and all the Chandi home was going on, and all the Westerners there. I was the only Indian, and her father was the only Indian. We both were there. Nobody else. And what are these Westerners doing? They are chanting the mantra, Jnaneshwara Mauli, Jnana Deva Tukaram, and then the Chandi part they were doing, Om Aim Reem Kleem Chamunda Yai Namaha, or what are that, 108 times. All of them are chanting. And after that finished, some Guru Stotram began. All the whites are chanting the Guru Stotram. After that, we do the mantra pushpam. Om Yopam Pushpam Veda Pushpavan Prajavan Pashuman Bhavati. I got the book, but I still can't because it's in English. But it's so beautiful, and they are chanting without looking. मैंने कहा यार, if these सत्संग की बात कर रहे हैं हम, I said all these people are able to do it, and I'm coming from that culture, and I don't even know one line. Oh, I must do better. So this is what happens in a company of wise people, or like-minded people who are working towards the divine, thinking about the divine. See, now many of you met our Dargah Swami, where he's a completely different type. Some of you have met Satya Sai Baba. Some of you we have gone and hugged Ammachi. So it's whatever you whatever you have heard, but when you are in their presence, it's a different experience. It's a different experience. Something shifts inside of you, but you are not knowing it, but something has shifted. See? So this is the power of Sangang Satsu Vidhiyatam, seeking the company of the God. Bhagavata Bhaktir Dhradhiyatam. By in their company, our devotion towards the Lord, our devotion or contemplation towards the Atma, Atmecha Vyavasiyatam, our working towards, we keep refining it when we are in the company of masters. Bhakti Dhrudha, Bhakti Dhrudha. Dhrudha means you become determined, you become strong, you become, even though doubts are coming, mind is distracted, but you keep coming to it. Dhrudha means you become committed to it. Because when you see for a beginner, when people are there, when all of them are doing it, you also get carried away in that flow, isn't it? Just like if I fall in the river, not in the ocean, I'll stay there and go down. But if I fall in the river, I have got no choice. The river will take me with its flow. So when we are in a company of like-minded, wise people or bhaktas, we like it or not, we start flowing with that. We have never chanted, but our lips start chanting the same mantras. It automatically starts happening because you're hearing it continuously throughout the satsang. And this way, then what happens? Bhagavataha bhaktir dhradhiyatam. When bhakti becomes dhrida, when you become committed to the devotion towards the Lord, then what happens? Shantyadi parichiyatam. Then, as a result of it, we develop a Shantyadi. Shantyadi, we develop Shanti. Once mind becomes quiet, we accumulate good virtues, our mind and intellect get integrated, we become synchronized with the divine. Eventually what happens? The divine takes over our mind, and that is called as Ajapa Jap Sthiti. The Lord, your mind is continuously thinking of the Lord without you even desiring. It has got entrenched so much, and that is what is told here as Shantyadi Parichiyatam. And as these positive qualities starts percolating in your mind becomes calmer and calmer and calmer. Shantyadi, peaceful. It becomes peaceful. It becomes silent. Only in a silent mind. What did I say this morning? Only in a silent mind the dawn can arise. And what does the dawn do? Removes the darkness. For what purpose? So that the sun can rise. Sun can never rise if there is darkness. Dawn has to come first, remove the darkness, then the sun rises. And this is exactly what is happening here. So we are in the company of saints and sages, company of like-minded people, and in that company, the dawn is rising. And what is the darkness? Darkness of desires, darkness of sin, bhavasagar, bhavasukha, joy out of the worldly objects and beings. All that is relieving. And once the mind has become Shantyadi, peaceful, the self-realization or the Atma or the Divine Lord, they will reveal themselves. You cannot create them, they reveal. You cannot create the sunrise, it reveals itself. So this is the what do you call, the method, not message. This is the technique, if you can understand. Sunrise we see every day, but have we thought about it in this way? To this morning in meditation, we were all standing outside looking at the sunrise, and then we all sat down here. What to say? That thought only kept in my mind. I said, how do I immediately, the moment I start speaking, this is the thought that came out. See? Shantyadi parichiyatam drudhataram karmashu santyajyatam. So till now we were performing efforts to contemplate on the Atma or the Lord, being in the company of people, slowly it has become automatic. Because without your will, you are thinking of God, divine, etc. As a result, our mind has become quiet. Our commitment has become dhrud, means fixated on the divine. And as a result, the side effect is what? Karmashu santyajyatam. All the efforts lead to effortlessness, meaning all the energy that you are putting, that I have to contemplate, I have to go to satsang, I have to do this, I have to do that, all that just drops away. I have to do something. This idea goes out of your mind, and you find yourself in the right place, in the right time, with the right people, in the right circumstances, and where satsang automatically comes to welcome you. See? But initially we had to start. You put efforts to go to sleep, but to sleep you have to be effortless, isn't it? If you're thinking, last night we were both here, was it, you also felt hot in the room?
Yeah.
So we were tossing this way, tossing that way, and every time we tossed, we drank some water. After drinking water, again we tossed a little bit, it's hot. यार गर्म है, यार गर्म है. फिर उसके बाद क्या करना है? थोड़ा पानी पी लिया, फिर टॉयलेट जाओ, फिर वापस लेटो, फिर पानी पियो, फिर गर्म है, फिर टॉयलेट जाओ, फिर
In the
Regulator.
Where is the regulator?
There.
Yeah.
Regulator then down in the wall. Upar wall,
There, there,
door,
on
the
the
wall.
wall. A side
On the wall,
wall.
that side, on the side.
अच्छा भाई,
Yeah, yeah.
We go down from there.
we didn't know that.
We didn't know it.
Ah.
I asked.
So this is how it was. So all the efforts, then somewhere along the in the morning, not in the morning, after an hour or so, इतने tired हुए, automatically all the trying to sleep became effortless, and we went to sleep. See, learn this art, this thing very clearly, that efforts in our life must lead to effortlessness. Once you started cooking, when you got married, it was a lot of effort. Now it is effortless. Cycling was with efforts, then it became effortless. Swimming was effort with efforts, then it became effortless. Similarly, living life should not be an effort. Living life should be effortless. For that, you cannot keep doing what you have been doing. You will keep getting the same results. So we have to change our interaction with life. And that interaction of life, how to change while living in life, these are the mantras. That Ishwara Arpanam. Allow him to function through. And in this manner, Dhradaram Karmashu. Karma is done by the individual. And individual is a ghost. There is nothing called individual. Just like there is nothing called a wave. There is only water. So exactly the same way. There is nothing called individual. It's just an ego trip. Taking ownership of everything. But the truth is only the Lord. When we allow him, all karma. People will see us doing efforts, but there is no ownership of any efforts. Efforts कौन करता है? Activity happens where? At body level activity happens, at breath level activity is happening, at sensory level activity is happening, at mental level activity is happening, at intellectual level activity is happening, but at Atma does not act. Atma is ever the same. Atma, just like sun doesn't work, he is always there. But in his presence, the moment he rises up, everyone comes out of their bed and goes to the hot water spa. Right? Or comes for meditation. He did not do the effort, you did the effort. So in us, to consider that we are doing the effort means we have got identified with body, breath, mind, intellect. You be the sun and allow the activity to take place. When this starts happening, understand Lord is functioning through you. Don't take ownership that I am miserable, I am hungry, no. Change your language. Oh, now this body is hungry, not I am hungry. So very important as you move ahead in this direction. The second part of the verse, Sadvidvanupasrupyatam pratidinam तत्पादुका सेव्यतां ब्रह्मैकाक्षरमर्थ्यतां श्रुतिशिरो वाक्यं समाकर्ण्यताम्. We'll look at this in our next class. छोटा छोटा डोज काफ़ी है. Half an hour is enough. हाँ? ॐ पूर्णमदा पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते. ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः. हरिः ॐ श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः. हरिः ॐ. Just sit quietly for a moment. Anyone for more bhajan? आएगा कोई? तुम गाओगे? Sing.
श्री राम जानकी बैठे हैं मेरे सीने में. श्री राम देख लो मेरे दिल के नगीने में. देख लो मेरे दिल के नगीने में. श्री राम जानकी बैठे हैं मेरे सीने में. श्री राम जानकी. मुझको कीर्ति न वैभव न यश चाहिए. मुझको कीर्ति न वैभव न यश चाहिए. राम के नाम का मुझको रस चाहिए.
राम के नाम का मुझको रस चाहिए.
सुख मिले से अमृत को पीने में.
सुख मिले अमृत को पीने में.
श्री राम जानकी बैठे हैं मेरे सीने में. श्री राम. राम रसिया हूँ मैं राम सुमिरन करूं.
राम रसिया हूँ मैं राम सिमरन करूं.
सिया राम का सदा ही मैं सुमिरन करूं.
राम राम का सदा मैं सुमिरन करूं.
सच्चा आनंद है से जीने में.
सच्चा आनंद है इसे जीने में.
श्री राम जानकी बैठे हैं मेरे सीने में. श्री राम जानकी.
जानकी बैठे हैं मेरे सीने में. हरिओम. हनुमान जी. हरिओम.